Hi, 7th grade. We are now officially in Lesson 2, Session 1. And on page 31 is the Dear Family page. We're going to go and skip this for now. It just talks about how this week we're going to be using unit rates for ratios and complex fractions and all that good stuff. So let's go to the activity. Do this activity together. One of the greatest snowfalls was in Colorado in 1921. It snowed 87 inches in 27 and a half hours. That is on average more than 3 inches per hour. In 2017, a town in Alaska got 15 inches of snow in 1.5 hours. That might not sound like much snow, but it snowed at a rate of 10 inches per hour. Where else do you see ratios with fractions in the real world around you? Okay, so it's not asking where do you see fractions, because we see fractions all the time, right? But it's asking where do you see ratios with fractions. So something that I was thinking of was like maybe you could say that you see ratios with fractions when you're cooking, when you have to convert units from one thing to the other. So cooking and converting units. That's like saying if I had a recipe that said it takes 1/2 cup of sugar, and let's say that this recipe only makes 4 of something, but I want to feed my family of 8 or whatever, I would double it, right? And so I'd be using ratios and fractions to convert units and to double things, or that's something like that. I see fractions when we talk about time sometime. When we talk about hours, like up here in the example, it said 27 and 1/2 hours. So they got 87 inches of snow in 27 and a half hours. What is that like as a rate? Okay. You would just divide to find that rate of 3 inches per hour. So you don't really have to do too much on this. I just wanted to get you guys thinking about ratios of fractions, okay? Let's go to Lesson 2, Session 1. All right. Excuse me. Grace weaves a rug that is 1/3 yard wide and 2 yards long. She wants to weave a rug that uses the same design but is 1 yard wide. How long will the rug be? Okay, so I'm going to make a little chart here. I'm going to say this is width in yards, and this will be her length in yards. Okay, so let's say that the rug is 1/3 yard wide. That means that it was 2 yards long, right? And she wants to make it 1 whole yard wide. Ooh, 1 whole yard wide. So what would that make the length? So now we gotta kind of convert here for a second. If I have 1/3 and I add another third to that, and then another third to that, then I'd eventually get 1, correct? So let's double this each time, okay? So what's 2 plus 2? 4. What's 4 plus 2? 6. So I guess you can think of it like this. 1 divided by 1/3 is the same thing as saying 1 divided by a third. You flip. Remember? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's all coming back to me now. Okay. So to divide by fractions, you skip, you flip, and then you multiply, right? So you skip it, you flip it, so it'd be 3/1, and then you multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay? So the scale factor between the new rug and the old rug is 3, which means I could take 3 and multiply by 2 and get 6. Okay? The rug will be 6 yards long. How long is the rug that is 1 yard wide? 6 yards long. Explain how you know. So we can say, I know this because we multiplied, right? We found that the scale factor was 3. So we can say the scale factor is 3, and then you can take 3 and you can multiply it by the original length. So 3 times 2 equals 6. Grace's original rug had a length of 2 yards and a width of 1/3 yard. Can you write the ratio of the length of 2 to 1/3? Oh, you can write the ratio of 2 to 1/3, sorry, to find the unit rate. You can start with the complex fraction 2 divided by 1/3. Fractions in which the numerator and the denominator, or both the fractions, are called complex fractions. Complex fractions are weird to look like that, okay? You can simplify a complex fraction by dividing. And since fraction bars represent division, you can think of 2 divided by 1/3 as 2 divided by 1/3. And then you can divide. Remember, when you divide, if I took 2 divided by 1/3, I skip the first number, I flip the next number, and then I change the division side to a multiplication sign. So I'd skip it, I'd flip it, and then I'd multiply. And then isn't 3 over 1 just 3? What's 2 times 3? 6. Okay, so let's try it with B. Rewrite the complex fraction 1/8 divided by 4/9 as a division expression using a divided sign. So we'd have 1/8 divided by 4/9. I believe that's as simple as it is. I don't think they wanted us to solve it. So that's nice. What is the quotient? Oh, now we have to solve. Of 1/8 divided by 4/9. Okay, remember, you just gotta skip it, you gotta flip it, and then you gotta multiply. So we're gonna skip the first number, don't change it, flip the next number, and multiply. It's called a reciprocal. That's the big math word, reciprocal. And now, how do you multiply fractions? You just multiply straight across, and then straight across. So this would be 9 over 32. There's our answer, 932. 930 halves. 30 seconds. 9:30 seconds. Suppose a bug travels half a mile in 12 minutes. Can you guys write a complex fraction to find the speed of the bug in miles per minute? Per. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Huge thing here. Per means divide. Okay? It always will. Per. Per. Miles per hour. Feet per second, okay? Per means divide. What does it mean? Divide. Per means divide. Okay, get that through your skull. Super important. So I want to find miles per minute, which means miles will be on the top. Per means divide, minute. So divide miles and minutes. How many miles? Half a mile. How many minutes? 12 minutes. Now I just multiply. Skip, flip, and multiply, right? So this would actually be 12, or 1/2 divided by 12 over 1. Because can't I write 12 as 12 over 1? Let me erase this so I don't run out of space. Skip it. Flip it. Oops, I forgot to flip it. Doip. Gotta flip it. We gotta flip it. So now it's 1/12. And now we can multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 times 2 is 24. Ooh, I got 1/24 miles per minute. 1/24 miles per minute. What does per mean? Oh yeah, that's right. Divide! Okay. Are 1 divided by 3/4 and 1/3 divided by 4 equivalent? Well, no, because 1 divided by 3/4 would equal, if I skip, flip, and multiply, skip it, flip it, and multiply, that would equal, so that would be the same as that. That's just 4/3, right? And then if I had 1/3 divided by 4, 4 is the same as 4 over 1. If I skip it, I flip it, and I multiply, that would equal 1/12. This and this are not the same. No. So can I change numbers around and have equivalent fractions? No. And how do I explain that? Well, there's my explanation. There's my work right there. Remember, if I'm going too fast, always pause the video. We will do 35 and 36. Oh, hi there, lizard friend. We will do those pages in class tomorrow together. So, or whatever day this is, let's say it's the weekend, we'll do it on Monday. Yeah, feel free to write down any questions you have so that you can remember to ask when you get to class. And see you guys later.